Hi YouTube, it's Kathy. Happy Bookmas. Today we're doing the end of the year book tag. This is another tag I've seen floating around because obviously it's topical, being the end of the year, so I'm going to link some folks down below that I think should do it if they haven't already. The first question is, are there any books that you've started that you need to finish this year? To that, I would say, besides the things I'm currently reading for readathons, there's nothing I really need to finish this year. I don't feel like the end of December I have to have finished everything I possibly want to read and have a clean slate and just read all new things in the next year. That's not really how I roll. There are certain things I started this year and haven't finished, such as Hidden Figures, which I think I'm just going to skip ahead to the movie. I was enjoying the book, but it does get quite dense at points, and I'm there more for the plot of what happened than the technical aspects, and I feel like that will be conveyed better in a visual medium. I've been holding off watching the movie until I finish the book, and I think it's just time I tell myself I'm just allowed to watch the movie. The other thing I would like to complete, but definitely not by the end of this year because there's no time, is my friend is reading me The Hobbit. And we've kind of gotten out of practice of it. Our schedules haven't lined up. We've forgotten to schedule time to do it, and yeah, I would just like to do more of that in the new year. The next question is, do you have an autumnal book to transition into the end of the year? No. I'm not really a rereader. I tend to read things once, maybe twice if I'm like, oh yeah, this thing I read many years ago, maybe I'll read it again, but I actually can't think of a time I've done that. It's only really if I'm wanting to discuss certain aspects at like a book club that I might read something a second time. Or for instance, if I listened to it on release day from the library and then finally got my copy and then read it, then there's that. But yeah, I'm not a big rereader and there's not really a genre I tend to pick up to get me through the rest of the year. I just want to read all the books. Is there a new release you're still waiting for? Considering there is basically no time left in December, not really, but there are a ton of new releases that I'm looking forward to in 2018. The third book in a few different sci-fi series will finally be coming out. For example, and they both have files in the title, the Illuminate Files and the Themis Files. I'm also really looking forward to Beneath the Sugar Sky by Shauna McGuire. And there's a book called Space Opera, and I saw it in my catalog at the library the other day and read the first line and went, I must read that. The line reads, because I've just brought it up on my computer, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy meets Eurovision in an over-the-top science fiction spectacle. Yes, please. What are 3 books you want to read before the end of the year? Ash, which is a running joke that might only be funny to me. The next book for my local Nerdfighter book club is Tipping the Velvet, so I'd like to give that a go. I have most of January to also read it, but it's currently in my possession, so I should probably read it and return it to the library so somebody else can. And I have another collection of the Unshelved comic, which I just absolutely adore because it's so relatable to anyone who's ever been to a library, so I should probably read and return that too. Is there a book you think could still shock you and become your favorite of the year? There's a chance that that could happen with Labyrinth Lost. I just know it's been very, very well received this year, and I'm starting it hopefully very soon. This is the nervous face of somebody doing too many readathons at once. I wouldn't say it would shock me, but I'm really looking forward to getting into that one. And have you already started making reading plans for 2018? Yes, I made some very loose goals. That being said, I just want to read all the books. To be honest, I have no idea how people do monthly TBRs because, no, like, I don't know when things are going to come in from the library, I don't know what I'm going to feel like reading, I don't know if there's going to be a random readathon that pops up and I'm going to have to adjust for that. I read what I feel like reading at the time, yes. Also based on, you know, what's available. And there you have it, the end of the year book tag. If you haven't done this tag and you would like to do this tag, consider yourself tagged. Have you read any of the books I mentioned? If so, let me know about it down in the comments below. On the way down to the comments, if you hit that subscribe button, that would be very nice of you. You can like and share this as you see fit, and I will see you tomorrow for more Bookmas. Bye.